Speak the truth. With Carl West.
Speak the truth.
With Carl West.
Speak the truth. Speak the truth. Speak the truth.
Yeah, Carl West.
Tell everybody.
Speak the truth, baby.
Ooh.
It's a podcast for truth. Are your ears ready? For Carl West. Are your ears ready? Speak the truth. Let's go, King Farley with Carl West. Yeah, he is. Your ears. Carl West. Carl West.
Hey.
Carl West. Carl West.
Yeah.
Carl West. Carl West. Carl West. Carl West. Carl West.
Yo, what's up? It's Carl West again at another episode of Speak the Truth, the podcast that I'm trying to expand and grow. Look, it's been a while that I've worked on this podcast, man, and I just, I'm excited about it. The first, I think, 6 episodes that I've put out is, they out there, and I expect them to grow in numbers like I want this one to grow in numbers. So don't forget to subscribe and click the like button, and let's share it. And let's do everything to give this platform what it needs to expand and go out to the masses, man, because I hope that I'm delivering commentary, man, that is helpful and useful, educational and exciting, because I'm having a great time doing this, and I want to continue to do this. I am going to continue doing this because this is part of my next platform, my next structure, is to create this visual online broadcast, man, that will contribute and add to my digital media company. So anyway, here I am. Puffy's 50th hip-hop anniversary. Yep, that's it. That's the title of this. And I'm going to go in several directions with this. One, I'm going to acknowledge the 50th anniversary of hip-hop because I am a hip-hop head. And I'm sure hundreds of millions of people across the world love and support hip-hop. The good, bad, and the ugly. Let me be sure to say that because I know, like everything else in life, it has its place. Everything that we do in life has its good, its bad, and its ugly. And let's be clear. Whether you have in a relationship, whether you're at a company that you work for, whether you own a business, it has its good, its bad, and its ugly. You hope that the good outweighs the bad and the ugly tenfold. And I think that hip-hop has done that. It outweighs its bad and its ugly tenfold. It has created millionaires, billionaires for individuals over the last 50 years. It has employed millions of people who have been able to raise their families off this culture. That's right. Millions of families who've been employed through the culture of hip-hop, been able to raise their families, educate their kids, whether it was high school or college, or help them also start business in hip-hop and other industries. So we cannot confuse that. I will not let people try to denigrate hip-hop because of its language, and then we excuse television and film for the same languages that they display. We don't get on producers in Hollywood for delivering what I consider to be degradable content on television. Think about this. Hip-hop artists, they are held to a higher standard. A lot of times, it's not art imitating life. It is make-believe. These people are not doing the things that they rap about. Some people may be, but the majority of them are not. They are writing a script, just like somebody wrote a movie. Arnold Schwarzenegger wrote a movie about a cyborg. Scorsese wrote a movie about a mob family, several mob families that he's done. And those mob families were degrading. They degrade their women. They degraded black people. And people are hooked on those movies. Scarface, right? A movie. Somebody scripted that. And nobody is tripping on them for having degrading moments in the movie on women and selling massive of cocaine, making millionaires, billionaires out of people, politicians being bribed off, police departments being bribed off, because we see it as make-believe. How come hip-hop has to be seen as art imitating life or life imitating art. That's really short-minded on everybody who try to critique that. I'm going to defend hip-hop in that manner. Now, what I'm not going to defend and even discuss in any length is Puffy's version of hip-hop in this other form. Yes, Puffy has made a tremendous contribution to hip-hop. He should be applauded, and I will continue to listen to his music, and I will continue to rock to the things that he gave us that contributed to my fun times in the parties and the clubs or wherever I was at, hearing some of his great music he produced through his many forms, his many avenues. And Revolt TV is great, right? But it's hip-hop. It has ownership. It has black people. It has all kind of people contributing to that content. Now, Puffy finds himself in this trouble on the 50th year of hip-hop. I find it ironic, but that's the way life goes. I will not talk about again the abuse that he put on Cassie. We seen it. We visibly saw it. He apologized for it, so we know he did it. I will not comment on the allegations that he engaged with underage women at his parties. There's no evidence that I can see. I'm not basing anything off what the court system will tell me. We all act like we don't know how untruthful and how corrupt and how scandalous the court system has always been to people, not just black people, to people. They railroad people all the time. Hundreds of folks, if not thousands of folks, sitting in prisons for crimes they didn't commit. They railroaded so many people. So I listen, whatever they tell me in front of that screen about Puffy allegations, I believe half of it. By the time they only need two or three things to be truthful out of the 25, because they just trying to figure out how to throw crap against a wall and make it stick. So I don't buy all that stuff. So the alleged stuff with the underage girls, I'm not going to comment because I don't know it. But again, Cassie, it was evident. We saw it on video and he admitted to it. How disgraceful, how shameful for Puff Daddy and his family. I know his mom got to be tripling her expensive crib right now, wondering what's going to happen to my son, the person she invested her whole life to. She was his partner. His mother was his silent partner in this, which is why people were saying that a lot of Puffy property and everything was in his mom's name, because she was his partner. Think about it. He was a young, hungry, eager man trying to make his way. And so he didn't, he used her as a sounding board or as a platform to put things in her name while he went out there and made the money. I guess it doesn't matter who property is, who property in whose name. He was making the money, whether it be your wife, whether it be your cousin, whether it be your friend, whether it be your sister or your brother. That didn't matter at the time. Everybody was having a good time as the cash was flowing in. Now, what I will say this, again, the criminal justice system, we know how they are. Puffy didn't do anything wrong in those freak-offs. And I can't understand how people want to act like they holding it out. All his friends, all his enemies want to comment on the freak-offs. Man, everybody has been to a freak-off. I know people who have done freak-offs. And freak-offs can come in different sizes and shapes. Hugh Hefner lived a freak-off life. We celebrated Hugh Hefner from Chicago. He lived a freak-off lifestyle. Penthouse magazine was a freak-off lifestyle. Bachelor parties, as someone mentioned, are freak-offs. Somebody's getting ready to get married. This is his last opportunity to freak off. His boys host it. People come and he go in the back room and freak off. Or sometimes they freak off right in front of people, everybody. I've been to a freak off. I've been to a freak off and I didn't know it was a freak off the first time. The second time I did because I thought it was quite interesting. I went to a freak off where a friend introduced me, asked me to come to his house party, and I got there and it was a swingers joint. The only thing that probably was in my favor and my companion's favor was that you had to be married. You had to be consented to this excursion. So you had to be married. But I was allowed to stay and watch because it was a good friend of mine and he didn't trip on that. Because what happened was there was a party beforehand and people left that beforehand party, and then the people who knew what was going on for the after party stayed. I stayed. He told me to stay. But of course, because I wasn't married to the person I was with, I couldn't participate in the freak off. But the next time you had it, I went because I wanted to see what's the first time a fluke. I said, ooh, they still doing this. Good time. So we all been a part of a freak off. The majority of us. You live a college life, man, you live a freak off life. And so I just don't like the fact that people throw stones at somebody and act like they holding it out. None of us are beyond approach when it comes to things in our past that we've done that people will think is suspect. Now, again, I'm going to digress on that. That's my point on that. I don't want to talk about Puffy. I don't want to do any of that anymore, ever again. Let the chips fall where they may, good, bad, and indifferent. I'm sad that he has to go through this, but I hope the people that have been harmed and hurt are vindicated from this, which we know Cassie has been. Sorry for her that she had to go through that with somebody she loved, but at the end of the day, she was vindicated. She was paid a lot of money, and sometimes that loot heal all wounds. Let me tell you something. Cash heals all wounds. Can't make things go away. It can't make some of those memories and those nightmares disappear. But take my word for it, when you out there shopping and running around and living a good life, man, and laughing and having a good time with your friends, that thing is in your rearview mirror until. But the 50 years of hip hop, man, has been glorious. I'm excited about it. And I got one big celebration at the end of the year to celebrate the 50 years of hip hop. It's going to be a salute to excellence, though, in celebration of hip hop in my life, because I built my life particularly off hip hop when I started my first hip hop magazine over 20 years ago. And I did Chicago's Hip Hop Awards for 10 years. It has what brought me here to this point now. And so I have great respect for the culture of hip hop. I am hip hop. I am hip hop. I celebrate 50 years of hip hop. God bless hip hop. God bless the world who has been enthralled in the culture of hip hop. They have copied our style. They have duplicated our formula. They have joined in on the hooks and the tunes and the beats. Just think, this past year, all the old school hip hop heads went out on concert celebrating 50 years of hip hop, and guess what? The world celebrated with them by they had record-breaking ticket sales in all these concerts, from 50 Cent to Missy to LL Cool J. They had record-breaking concert sales because the people who loved and followed hip-hop over the last 50 years came out to salute some of our best and the brightest who have done incredible things in hip-hop. On that note, hip-hop for life. One love. I'm Carl West. Speak the truth. I'm out.
Beautiful day, let the children play. They ain't feeling no pain. It's a beautiful day. Wake up in the morning, it's a wonderful feeling. It's good to be living, feel it all in my